Good morning and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Hold on one second. Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. It's a warm welcome. It's a warm welcome. I'm on here twice a day, and I'm glad you found me. Now, what I call CPS, I call it the Child Protection System. That's what it stands for because there are many different names and many different counties. It's found in every county in every state. The state has 50 counties, it's going to have 50 CPS. And I don't know why they make it different from every county with the names. Maybe it's to confuse people. I don't know. I yet to come up with an answer for that. Um, some of the names are like in Los Angeles County in California is the Department of Children and Family Services. And then right next door in Orange County is Child Protection Services. If you go to Prescott, Arizona, it's Department of Children's Services. If you go to Richmond, Kentucky, it's the Cabinet. So no matter where you're at, what county is, there will be a government entity that was created in 1962 by an act of Congress that instructed the child protection, the social services to put together a group of social workers to protect their children from um, abuse and neglect. Also, they're supposed to do what's called family reunification. That's really important, family reunification. Because with family reunification, we're supposed to back a family that may have been pulled apart. Though lately it seems like almost every case they instantaneously want to take the child because they think the child is in danger. See, they're not supposed to take a child unless they're in danger. They took my three children. I have six, but they took my three children because they thought they're in danger. Now, how being in a school were they in danger? They were constantly in school 5 days a week, and there's no signs of distress or danger involving my children. But the MO of that county where my children were taken is typically they come to you, they ask you to go into your home. You don't know that you're not supposed to let them in your home without your attorney present. See, that's the mistake that a lot of us make, is that we think we have to follow exactly what they say. Now, they're strangers to you, and you have constitutional rights and civil rights to protect you. If it's a criminal matter, then you're allowed representation. Now, CPS handles the neglect and abuse. Neglect and abuse. Now, if it's a crime, which the police or the investigator can investigate and present it to the district attorney, who in turn will send out a letter or have you a warrant for your arrest if they want to criminally charge you with neglect or abuse or something else. This is where it gets really confusing. And hopefully, by me talking to you all, I can help you out. So, if you have a CPS case, the first thing you need to do is not talk to the social workers, not let them in your home, not let them take your children. I know it's hard, you're caught off guard, and we're told to respect authorities. But what happens is that the child protection system, 50% are rogue, they're bad. And you don't know through the forest which one's bad or good. Now, who am I? Who am I? I'm a loving father and a husband. I have 43 years of marriage. I've helped raise 6 children. I too was a victim of the child protection system, CPS, and my children were trafficking into foster care. They're put in danger in the shelter the first night. They're put into that their play area was the same adjacent to a fence that housed social workers. Excuse me, house juvenile. It was a juvenile prison for juveniles, and that's where they were put in next door to it. Excuse me. Not only that, there are beehive problems, and they're being stung by bees in their play yard. The food was terrible. There was roaches and rats. My son said he saw one. And it was a horrible, horrible, horrible experience. Now, good morning, Lisa Barkley from Montana. I am so glad to see you. You brighten my day. She has a 5-year-old boy that she's trying to get custody of, and she has a bad case. She has some bad men in her life. One of them that raped her, which was wrong. The police barged in and tore her door apart. They're repairing it. It was a wrong thing to do, and she had to fight the criminal offense. Police are so brutal. You see, uh, the police are called out by the child protection system. Now, what's happened with Bartley is that she had a record with CPS because as a foster child, she was abused by her mother. Her mother actually had her selling drugs as a teenager. She had a horrible upbringing. Anyway, she grew up and she's had 2 other beautiful children that she's had no problems with. But apparently, someone has called in and wrongly accused her. That's the problem with the call in part of CPS, especially if it's a layperson. There are 2 types of reporters: the professional reporter, such as a teacher, a counselor, even the nurse, or the principal. There's also the doctor and the nurse, or there may be a policeman or a fireman or a caregiver. They all require by law, if they suspect abuse or neglect, to report it. The problem is 50% of the time they're wrong. That's the statistics that supports that. 50% of the time they're wrong. Now, the other kind of reporter are the lay reporter, your neighbor, your family, your friends, the guy down at the store, the guy at the workout place, you know, those kind of individuals. They're called lay people, and a lot of lay people use CPS to retaliate on their neighbor, like they don't like the neighbor's dog barking, or they don't like the yard overgrowing their yard. Instead of trying to work out a compromise, they make a falsified report and say, "Oh, the neighbor's children are running naked in the yard." Well, CPS comes out to investigate and they find out the neighbor has no children. So it's a false report. It's sad, but 75% of the time they're wrong. So 50% by professionals and 75% by lay people. That is wrong. They do this all the time. Uh, Also, I want to say good morning to Katie. And Katie, um, the principal made the false allegation in my case. Well, they're a professional, they're supposed to know. So the principal made a wrong allegation. Now, Katie, what part of the world are you from? And by the way, if you're going to text me a message, please use this format. I'm going to put it up there on the screen. All I ask is your name and your location. That's all I ask. And then you type in your comment, you text it in, either a question or a comment about your CPS matter. We're only here to talk about CPS. So this morning we have a new person in the room named Katie, and she's another person from North Carolina. You're about the fifth person from North Carolina. I think North Carolina, besides California, have had more people that called in. I have a lot from New York, a lot from Pennsylvania, a lot from Maryland and Georgia. Can't forget Georgia. Anyway, I'm glad to meet you, Katie. And what was the allegation that your principal made? What was the allegation that you made, Katie? And how many children are involved? And did CPS come into your home and take your child? Or how did it all start? I'd love to be some more so I can help you, Katie. So we have Bartley in here and Katie. As I said, Bartley may be just listening. She's been trying to follow my advice and she's had some inroads. She's got great. She's got her wood burning stove going and keeping her warm. She's got a wall heater that's on order that's supposed to be installed with propane. And she's getting a new door put on by the police that ripped it down. And then I think also that she's the last time in court, it went fairly well, and she has visitations with her 5-year-old son. And anyway, Katie has a case in North Carolina. Oh, the de facto parent. I think I can remember, Katie, and I'm sorry I forgot your location. I'm sorry I forgot your location. Can you refresh my mind, Katie, a little bit about your case so I can help you? Now, besides texting and messages, you can also be a guest on my live stream. I'll put the banner up for that. And to be a guest, all you have to do is send me an email that you want to be a guest. Now, my email is straightforward. It's right there. It's Bob Pace. Excuse me, it's B Pace. I keep saying Bob, it's not. It's the letter B, no dot or period, and PACE at vincentwdavis.com. Now, there are 14 live streams I do a week. My morning times are on at 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday. On the weekend, I come on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm early, 8 o'clock in the morning. And at nighttime, at 7 o'clock every night of the week, including the weekends. It's 7 days at 7 o'clock. Now, sometimes from time to time, the change does change the time. I have a family commitment on Friday, and I'm not going to be on at 7. I'm going to be on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I want to, talk to you then. I'm looking for, I'm sorry. Oh, that's strange. Okay. I found it. So we have two people in the room. They're my guests. Katie's been on before as the de facto parent. I think she has a problem with her spouse. I think she meant by de facto parent. I've forgotten the story, but she's from North Carolina. So when you send in that email, you pick one of my shows, make sure to include your name, your email, and your phone number. And then I'll have my show producer, Grace, contact you and send you a link to StreamYard. That's the application I'm using that's broadcasting this live stream. Now, they use YouTube to broadcast it. Okay. The children are your husband's biological children. And how many is that we're talking about? You've been raising them with him for the last 5 years. Are you guys married uh, as a husband and wife? And he brought his children into the relationship? Also, do you have, when you guys come together and marry, you're supposed to have arrangement with the children. You got to either adopt them or have some type of documentation that says that he has full custody of his children. Full custody of his children, Katie. Now, lastly, I'm going to put my phone number up because you can call in to my phone number. It's 626 698 0990. And I am live. You can talk to me on my phone. Got to make sure that, yep, it's working. My phone is on. Um, so that number will stay up there. And I'll continue to talk with Bartley, Lisa Bartley from Montana, and Katie from North Carolina. Okay. Have the kids, when you got married and he has primary custody, do you now have joint custody of the kids or still he's the primary custodian of all three kids? If you guys were legal married, you guys should have had arrangement in the court where he says that you or him are now the custody of all three kids. If he has all three kids, his mother's, his ex-mother, his ex-wife, whatever, has nothing to say so. Okay. I'm trying to help you out here, Katie. And Bartley, do you have anything to ask me? I can make with the public defender the status hearing paperwork to submit at the next statute hearing. Yes, yes. I think you're saying you can do the status hearing paperwork. I got you there, Bartley. Now, Katie says, the mother only has visitation with the boys, no legal say so on anything. My husband has physical and legal decision making custody. Well, I think if you guys are married, you should have some type of custody with the kids. You should have something, Katie. Bartley says, can you tell me the law regarding my case about the social worker in person visits? I don't know if there's a law about in person visits, but technically you're supposed to have visits with your children as much as you can. Um, hmm. Excuse me. Sorry. Hmm. Now, I just heard from Christina Reynosa, who is talking about, she texts me a message. She has a letter that her family has direct Apache bloodlines and that her family owned and occupied land. Um, She also told us about a massacre that happened about 4/10 of a mile away. It's about land rights. It's really interesting. Thank you, Christina. That was really nice of Christina, who shared that with me on that. Okay, let me try to catch up here because we got. I want to catch up with Katie from North Carolina. She said that she forgot to tell me that I have been in here before. I told you about the de facto parent. Yes, I do remember you now. She said that I called the school just to warn the school my son would make up lies because he got into trouble. She said that my son had that substantial marks and bruising. False. I guess the school reported that her son was being physically abused. And Katie says he was fine when he went to school that morning. We have video and photo proof they did not have any marks on him when he left for school. I did not call the school to warn them about anything because somehow he got hurt, I think, on the way to school. My children are my husband's biological children. I've been raising them for the last 5 years without the children's mother in the pictures. Okay. Yes, we're legally married, and he has full legal and primary custody of all three kids. The mother only has legal visitation of the boys. No legal say on anything. My husband has physical custody and decision making custody. Uh, he has written letters for the doctors of schools so that I can help in deciding and picking them up, etc., for the boys. And the younger two boys' mother only had supervised visits with them. She signed an agreement with the courts for that. Okay. Well, that's great now, Katie. So there's false allegations that they're saying that you abused your son because of the bruises he showed up at school with. Now, Bartley has been talking about something here about a law regarding her case, um, a social worker in person visit. I don't know what law there is there. Can make the public defender the status hearing paperwork to submit at the end. Yes, you can. Can support friends assist with supervised visits. Okay. I just found the website. Oh, good, good, good. See, Bartley's learning how to look up things that I look up. A lot of you could find out so information if you properly word your words correctly and research the internet, either on Google Chrome or you can use Chat GPT. Now, Google Chrome has an AI person, Gemini, that can help you out. Chat PT is another AI that will help you out too, and that's available for free. And so Bartley can find the answer to her question, which I think is great. So, what is the answer, Bartley, that you found? What is the answer that you found? Hmm. Mhm. 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 Now, CPS has ignored, this is Katie in North Carolina. She says CPS has ignored the previous court. Let me put the numbers, the messages up here on so everybody can see them. All right. Judgment for custody and ignored the health and safety issues that my husband told them about with younger two boys' mother. Oh boy. Sounds like there's something where the biological mother is interfering. They continue to look for her despite my husband telling them about one of my boys having documented behavioral problems. And we've reported this to their supervisors, attorneys, and judges. Who are they looking for? Are they looking for the biological mom? All you need to show is your court papers regarding the biological mother's involvement. That should be all you need to show them. Is show them your court papers. That outlines what your legal rights are and so forth. What else do you have for me, Katie, so I can help you with your answers? And Bartley, did you find the website and be able to answer your question that you were trying to get on that? Was that answered okay? You need that court appointed attorney to help you. I know he is not helping, but you have no other choice but to work with him. Okay, we know they haven't pulled copies of your son's therapy notes or medical records. Well, that should be introduced to the court that would help back up the problems that your son is exhibiting. If your son has behavioral problems, that should be presented in the court. If you have your court appointed attorney, you need to have him present that. You need to present that. And thank you, Christina Reynoso, for your thumbs up. I appreciate the emojis here. Christina's in the backgrounds from Las Vegas, Nevada. I was reading my notes and see what we got there. Let's see, we got another text message that came in for my show. Getting close to almost closing time. Oh, wow. I'm glad you got a trailer. Wow, Christina Renoza. Now, something that Katie says that the CPS attorney asked the judge to order no visitation. On what grounds was that? The public defender's pulls to submit it, Bartley. The public defender's pulls to submit it. Well, adjudication has continued, but why is the CPS attorney says you can't see your sons? Is because they think his behavioral problem prevented that? Usually not. Usually, Bartley, you can't have support friends visit. It's supposed to be you and your son. They're really picky about that, Bartley. They usually don't. And Katie, um, Why? What reason they are to discontinue visitation? Well, he needs to submit it. If you don't, you fire the attorney. Either it does his work, or you can sue him for negligence and fire him and replace him with another public defender. But there's something you want to submit to the court, and that's legitimate. It should be submitted by him. Hmm. They claim immediate danger, but did not take my son by which to prove or disprove the views. Now they want to do a child medical examination months later. Allegedly, it was recommended by after a forensic interview, but nothing was specific. Yeah, those forensics interviews, you got to be careful about them because, again, anything that social services does, it's going to be in their favor. They're certainly not going to do it in your favor. And you should get a medical doctor that proves your son has those problems. Not the medical records should be turned over and entered into court. I'm coming to the end of my show. It's 11 o'clock, and I think 1 minute after. And I want to thank you all for listening to my live stream. But I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. And that is Pacific Standard Time. Now, tomorrow evening, I'm not going to be on at 7. I'm going to be on at 4 p.m. So that's a heads up that my time from 7 is moved to 4. And I'll be doing my live stream. Just want to let you know that. Now, it's very important that you keep fighting for your kids. Don't give up. Come here to talk about it. Come to my live stream. Now, I want to thank Katie from North Carolina, Christina Reynosa from Nevada, Bartley from Montana. And I think that's all the people I've had in here, those 3 individuals. I want to thank you all for sharing your CPS and what you have to say or do about it. I'm here to help you. I hope it was some help there. And I'll be here again, as I say, tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You also text me for help too. But anyway, I want to thank you all. There'll be a short video when I turn off. Please watch the video. And God bless you all and have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last